the summer of 1983, 32-year-old commercial pilot Adam Whitaker found himself in the midst of the greatest disaster of his life. The flight from Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok started out like any other. As a co-pilot on a commercial DC-10, Adam was accustomed to the steady hum of the engines, the occasional turbulence, and routine communications with air traffic control. But that day, fate had different plans. A sudden, unexpected storm erupted over the Bay of Bengal. The storm was so intense that it seemed to split the sky in two. Lightning illuminated the cockpit as turbulence tossed the plane around like a toy. Instruments failed, communication systems went silent, and the engine sputtered. Despite Adam and the captain's desperate efforts, the plane went into a catastrophic descent. The crash was horrifying. The plane broke apart mid-air, scattering debris into the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. When Adam regained consciousness, he found himself clinging to a piece of wreckage, drifting endlessly on the water. Miraculously, he was alive, but it was clear he was alone. Hours later, the currents carried him to the shores of a lush, deserted island. Adam collapsed onto the sand. His uniform was torn and soaked, his body exhausted but alive. As his consciousness wavered, he saw shadowy figures moving within the dense jungle, silent watchers lurking in the darkness. When Adam awoke, the sun was high in the sky, and his thoughts immediately turned to basic survival: water, food, and shelter. The island was teeming with life. Tall palm trees swayed in the breeze. Exotic birds called from the treetops, and the distant sound of waves hinted at the ocean's vastness. Yet there was an unsettling silence and invisible tension that made Adam uneasy. It didn't take long for him to realize he wasn't alone. The island was home to the Sentinelese, an indigenous tribe completely isolated from the outside world and notoriously hostile to outsiders. For the first few days, Adam tried to survive by hiding deep within the jungle. But one night, he saw the tribe gathering around fires on the beach, celebrating something curious yet fearful. Adam crept closer to observe, and what he saw made his stomach churn. Around a massive fire, the tribe was cleaning human bones. His heart pounding, Adam fled deeper into the jungle. The Sentinelese didn't just reject outsiders. They hunted them, treating any intruder as prey. Now, Adam had to contend not only with nature, but with the constant threat posed by the tribe. Every day, Adam meticulously planned how to avoid the Sentinelese. He moved silently, carefully placing each step. He had to become a hunter even though he was painfully aware he was the hunted. One night, as he hid in the dense jungle, he overheard the tribe sharpening their spears and singing eerie, unfamiliar songs. He built his shelter in the thickest part of the forest. Using coconut shells, he collected water and survived on insects and small animals. The isolation and fear gnawed at his sanity. Adam began to doubt he would ever see the modern world again. One evening, he spotted smoke rising from an area close to the Sentinelese village. Hoping to understand their behavior, Adam cautiously approached the edge of their territory. Suddenly, he heard the distant, terrified screams of another person. The tribe had captured someone and was preparing them for a ritual. Adam, his eyes brimming with tears, couldn't bear to watch the gruesome scene any longer and retreated into the jungle. Determined to escape the island, Adam began crafting a plan. He needed to build a raft and gather enough supplies without being detected. For weeks, he scavenged debris from the crash and collected dry wood. Whenever he felt he'd been spotted, he spent hours hiding in the treetops, holding his breath. One stormy night presented the opportunity he had been waiting for. The Sentinelese stayed in their village, seeking shelter from the torrential rain. Adam seized the chance, dragging his makeshift raft to the shore and pushing it into the waves. Battling the relentless power of the ocean, he felt the dual threats of the sea and the tribe looming over him. For hours of struggle, the first light of dawn revealed a ship on the horizon. Summoning every ounce of strength, Adam signaled frantically to the crew. Thankfully, the sailors noticed him and pulled him aboard. When Adam returned to the modern world, he found it impossible to fully explain the terror he had endured over 2 years. His encounters with the Sentinelese and his fight to survive on that nightmarish island had left him physically and mentally scarred. One thing was certain: although he had escaped the island, the horrors he experienced there would haunt him forever.